by thanking Lord Halton for securing this timely debate. My Lords, never again was the promise made after the Holocaust. Since then, the world has witnessed Cambodia, Rwanda, Srebrenica, Kashmir, Myanmar, and more recent mass atrocities in South Sudan, Sudan, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, and elsewhere. The promise has been broken too often. Prevention is not a technical footnote to foreign policy. It is the central test of whether the post-1945 international system works. Because once mass killing begins, stopping it costs more lives, more money, and more credibility than preventing it. First, we must get better at early warning, early action. Atrocities do not erupt without signs. Hate speech that dehumanizes a group, systematic discrimination, build-up of militias, attacks on journalists and civil society, manipulation of elections and identity politics. These are the patterns UN offices and the NGOs have documented for decades. The UK helped create the UN Office on Genocide Prevention, but early warning is useless without early action. The UN Security Council must shift from crisis response to prevention. That means the use of General Assembly's uniting for peace procedure more often when a veto paralyzes the Security Council. The General Assembly cannot authorize force, but it can mandate fact-finding, sanctions, and diplomatic initiatives. And we must fund the UN's prevention architecture properly. And the next thing is, what should the British government do? UK has unique tools as a P5 seat holder, strong intelligence capacity, a global diplomatic network, and FCDO's Atrocity Prevention Office. But we need to use them more consistently. By making atrocity prevention a core objective of all UK country strategies, not just in obvious conflict zones, trade, aid, and security partnerships should all be screened for risk. The UK-India FTA had no human rights clause. That sends the wrong signal. Every agreement should have clear benchmarks and consequences. And lead on accountability. The UK should support the ICC politically and financially, and use the sanctions faster against individuals inciting genocide or crimes against humanity. Protect those who sound the alarm. Journalists, human rights defenders, and local civil society groups are the first to document atrocity risks. Yet they are often the first targets. Our aid and diplomatic protection must prioritize them. Address the drivers at home. Genocide does not start with killing. It starts with rhetoric that divides us from them. The UK must enforce laws against incitement to hatred and disinformation that targets ethnic or religious groups, including online. Prevention begins in our own public discourse. My Lords, we must be honest about inconsistency. The credibility of never again depends on applying it everywhere. When international law is enforced selectively, when some victims get Security Council resolutions and others get silence, the whole framework weakens. Civilians in Sudan, Palestine, Ukraine, Myanmar, and the people of Kashmir deserve the same standards of protection. My Lords, prevention is political, not just humanitarian. It means being willing to have difficult conversations with allies and partners. It means accepting the short-term stability brought by ignoring repression usually collapses into long-term conflict. It means the UK using its P5's voice to push for mediation before killing starts, not after. In conclusion, my Lords, I believe genocide is not a natural disaster. It is a political crime with political causes. It can be prevented if we choose to see the warning sign and act early. The British government should make atrocity prevention a standing priority across FCDO, MOD and trade policy. The UN should enforce prevention use the General Assembly when the Security Council is blocked and protect those documenting risk on the ground. Never again cannot be a slogan we dust off after mass graves are found. It must be the calculation we make when the first warning sign appears. With that, my lords, may I ask what the government's assessment is of the latest report of renowned international human rights organization, the Genocide Watch, that indicates that India has reached stage 7, preparation of genocide, and if I may ask, what steps the British government is taking to stop that genocide taking place. Finally, my lords, may I ask the government to publish the annual atrocity risk assessment and to table a UN General Assembly resolution strengthening early warning and prevention mechanism with the Security Council when the Security Council is unable to act.